The angel pop-out is relatively straightforward to make into fold, and I think it looks a little bit more complicated and daunting than it really is. So as per usual, I suggest that you print out the guideline sheets in full colour so you can see where to fold, because this is really the hardest part or the trickiest part, and of course we've got the diagram to show you how it should look when it's made up. So the next thing to do is to print it out onto your card and then to cut it out. So I'm just going to cut out the basic shapes here, and then we'll come back and have a look at the fold lines. Okay, I've cut everything out, and now comes the score lines and fold lines. So the first thing I'm going to do is the center one. Just check and refer back to your main sheet. And the main one just comes right the way through here. So put a nice score through there with the back of the blade, and then just work my way along just to give the angel's sort of gown a little bit more form, shape and form. I've popped another crease in there which you can see, and then obviously we've got the angel's feet there. So this just helps, I think, just build up that illusion. And another piece, another bit here, another little line. And so I'm just going to work my way through now. There's actually a waist piece in here. You'll notice that for the mouth and for the halo, and they're called waist pieces. That comes out, and that just creates a little dark area behind, which is great. And so I'll go on now and just work my way through and just put these lines in all the way through. Okay, that's all my score lines put in. So the first thing to do, I like to work from the center outwards, just get that main line done, and then obviously just check that all the elements have come out, like the hands and bits and pieces. But for the first fold, referring back to the guideline, we've got obviously a valley fold in there. Well, this is a little bit tricky because we've got to kind of fold it, and it's going to fight you all the way. So just pop that there, finger behind, and then a pinch, just a little pinch on there just to set it on its way. Then we know that's putting it in the right direction. Again, just my finger behind there and a little pinch. I don't want to crease too much until I'm ready, and there we go. So that's that part. Now we have a mountain fold in the middle, so that's going to come out. So again, if I can just grab hold of that and squeeze it, that sets it on its way. And then we have these folds here, which are quite important, what I call the power folds, that help pull it up. So turning it over and from behind, you can see I'm just going to put a bit of squeeze on there and a little bit of squeeze on there as well. While we've got this, I've got the center part here of the gown, so this is more cosmetic, but I'll put those folds in as well. You can see, just give that a bit of a pull. Now this part is separate. The whole thing, when it comes up in sections. So the next thing to do is really work on everything here, and I'll pull up the angel there. Now, all being well, if everything's cut out and moving well, I found the best way to do this is to put it down onto the work surface. And can you see here I'm pulling on the wing of the angel, and just tug that over, and then everything just comes over with it. A hand should disappear there, and there's another fold there, but don't worry too much about that. I'm really concentrating on the wing here, and that creates, as you can see, the angel shapes coming up. And I'm just going to do that for the other side as well. Just turn that over, make sure all the elements are out and free, and then seems a bit cruel this, doesn't it, holding it by its wing, and then give a pull and that comes out, it frees up, pull it over and push down, and just to establish the creases, and we can see that that's starting to come together. So the next part is to really get the face of the angel done. Now this is a little bit hard because there's one bit going one way, one the other. So the head is coming here and the face is going in. And can you see now, as I pull on there and just slide my finger through, put a nice pinch there, I've got those lines and creases happening for me. So I'm going to just push that down and work on that, and the same with the book as well. Little prayer book, give that a squeeze. Now these hands go behind, so let's just help them on the way. Little finger here isn't quite fully cut out, so a little bit of help there, and just let those hands go behind, so that will free up that part, and we've got that will free up that part, and then we've got these folds here. Very carefully fold that. You can see it's all really coming together at this stage. It's just the final little bits as we get the angel here. So I think now comes the point where we do what I call the half turn, anchor it down, and just begin to slowly close up and see if we can see where all the shapes are. Do the same for the other side, pull it over, go halfway, and I'm just going to get this face right. It just needs to go valley, mountain, valley. So squeeze it there, and now from behind just come up to where the angel is there and put a nice crisp squeeze into the centre of the face there, and just pull over that bit. And if you can see now, if I can show you on the camera, I'm just going to take the whole thing and give that a pinch. Now that should sort out the face. So as I come out here, we've got that there. Fantastic, that's working. Now this is the hardest one to fold. Once it's gone and it's fine, but can you see I've got bits not really quite working for me here? So don't worry, just take your time, work on it a half at a time, fold the wings down, put that down, gently squeeze, make sure you're happy with that half, turn it over, bring this half down, just pop that under there and hold it, and we should hopefully have everything together. Just put a little bit of squeeze on there, and just finally check, opening it up, and just slowly squeeze it together and just make sure everything's going where it should do. That looks fine to me, so I'll put that down. There's quite a few elements in here. Put a sheet of paper over it, and that just establishes the final folds. So don't worry if it doesn't quite line up properly all around the edges. It should do, but there's always a little bit of extra going on. And then a nice crease with the ruler, nice and gently just work that through. And there we go, we have a lovely angel pop up, so you can see from there. So it just opens and closes nicely like that. And there we go, that's the angel.